Crypto traders, we're back. Check this out. We got the Zcash here. It's been quite a long time since last time we were here. To be honest, if you take a look at the last probably couple of weeks, I would say, there was really nothing to write home about, right? Price was trading very, very tightly, trading sideways, but in a very, very tight fashion that basically killed any opportunity to engage with the Zcash, even from the short-term perspective. So the only thing we could do here basically was just to buy and hold, and that's pretty much what we did. But this is pretty much why I really didn't follow it up on the Zcash for the last 2 weeks. So ever since the move, we had a nice move here on the way up, right? Probably up until roughly the middle of June, right? So ever since the middle of June, price began, which is probably about a month, right? Just started to trade sideways in a very obnoxious way, right? But the reason I'm giving you a shout out about this one now is because we feel that this might be the last push, right? This might be the last move within this very tight range, very nicely represented here by this blue setup, right? Take a look how beautiful the reactions were here on the bottom, 99.31, right? I mean, all across that that setup, price was acknowledging pretty much all of the key levels, and just recently it was trying to break above 105.91. You can see the pressure coming from that area. It basically failed, right? Even though it pushed a little bit inside, eventually it came back down and closed the day below, and it's still below. Take a look. Let me close up here. Right, so you can see price is basically just battling against that 105.91 right now as we speak. Having said that, I think it's going to be successful. Eventually, it's going to break through. But this is not why, I'm telling you about the Zcash. The reason I'm telling you about the Zcash here is because I suspect that beyond that particular move, which is basically a very short-term cycle, we think that price will break the hell out of that blue system, merge with the bigger time frame cycle. Now let me take you to the big picture. It's quite interesting. So take a look at the whole downside trend, right? Ever since the beginning of 2018, all across 2018, right? We've seen that bottoming out process across across the first part of 2019, right? Up until pretty much March. At this point, I would say it was kind of getting clear. It became more clear that, let's just say that we're looking at a full-fledged upside reversal, at least a technical correction to this massive downside move, right? And if we're looking at a technical technical upside correction in this case, which is the minimum we should expect from after such a huge downside move, right? So we're looking at the 23.6 Fibonacci correction, the first Fibonacci correction right here. 23.6%, guys, at 200. That's the potential, basically. And look how far we are from reaching that area, right? We're talking about 100% of potential return just to make it over there. The same area which pretty much all the rest of the leading coins have been reaching and have been basically traveling way above that area, aside from a couple of them. But I think the Zcash is probably, it's probably the last in that list. It's probably lagging far behind all of the rest of them. So at this point, we will have to make sure that price can break above 105.91 and then 113.29, and of course, last but not least, 119.89. All of these are pretty close to one another because it's a pretty tight range. But the last one should be the one to, once we break out of that one, the 119.89, that's going to be probably where we'll be able to set free and begin to build up the next upside move. Could be a serious move. according to the big picture that we've seen coming from the weekly chart. Right, stop loss level is still at 86. Ever since last time we adjusted the stop loss level, probably about 2 weeks ago. It is still here and it should stay here until we can break out of that blue system and above 119.89 here, the last line of resistance. Alright guys, that's about that for the Zcash. Interesting stuff. We'll have to come back to this one. Have a nice trading day, and till next time, be well.